Okay, here we are. Let's see. Hello, everybody. This is Jackie Rose. You are at the free Zentangle class on March 30th. Let's all take a nice deep breath in and out. And please let me know you're here just by making a comment in the section. Just write a comment, say hello or anything you'd like. And this way I know I can be heard. I can know that people are here. So hello, Sarah, yay. So please keep doing that. Let me know you're here. Just, yeah, nice thumbs up is all you need to do. And great, Valentine, nice, so glad you're here. And this is a tough time for all of us, so we're gonna really take some time now and have a, oh, Laura, don't see you yet. Huh, she must be, all right, listen, someone is texting me. She doesn't see me yet. She must be on the wrong page. Let's see, maybe not. Do you all see the, let's see, let me see, we are live. I'm just texting someone. Bear with me here. We are live. Can you, Sarah, Valentine, anybody else can you hear me okay? Can you see what's on the screen? Please let me know because I just received a text that somebody doesn't see me. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? I have a feeling nobody can hear me. All right, I'm gonna text, can anyone hear me? See you and hear you. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, see you and hear you. Thank you. Pens and Zentangle. All right, so I don't know why I can't find you. All right, go. Sorry, I just got a text Laura. She can't find us. Go to www.facebook.com. Bear with me, I'm coming. Just take a few deep breaths. Zentangle. All right, that's it. I'm turning off my phone. Okay, great. I see everybody here. All right, let's take another deep breath in. Thank you. And out. And please make a comment. Let me know you're here. This is what makes it worthwhile for me to see so many names and to see you here. So thank you. All right, so let's take a look at this card. Somebody says they can hear me but not see me. Can hear but not see. Oh boy, I don't know about that. Everyone, I hear you, I can hear you. Can people not see me, but you need to be able to see the screen, which has a pen, a pencil, a tortillon, a card with breathe, focus, relax. Do you all see that? I hear you but not see you. Huh, all right. I think I'm gonna have to reboot. My testing worked out fine, but then I had trouble logging in, of course, when we went live. So can anybody see the screen at all? All right, somebody says got it. I'm here, I see it, I can hear you fine. I see tile and words on your card. Okay, I'm gonna continue then. So sorry for any of the technical difficulties. All right, so let's look at this card. During Zentangle, we're here to escape. We're here to relax. So we're going to breathe. We're going to focus. We're going to focus on one stroke at a time. We're going to focus on just what we're going to be drawing today. We're going to relax, really relax. We go nice and slow. We slow down. We be present. We're in the present moment. There's a wonderful video out right now by Eckhart Tolle regarding our situation and how to just be in the present moment, and that's where we can let go of any stress or fear. So let it go. I'm not even planning. What I'm saying is kind of flowing on this card, segueing into each one, so I'm not even planning that. So we let it go, we let everything go, we let go of the outcome. So when we're doing our drawing today, we're going to let go of what it looks like, we're going to let go of the outcome. And we have to kind of do that right now too with the whole coronavirus thing that's happening. We got to let it go. We don't know. We have no control. All we can do is follow the guidelines, protect ourselves, protect others, and just let it go and have faith. Everything will be fine. And there we go. Have faith and then have fun. So let's have some fun right now. Well deserved for all of us. Okay, we're going to do a 1 minute, not even a minute, we're just do a couple seconds meditation. So let's just close your eyes if that's comfortable for you and just relax for a moment. Focus on your breath. Focus on being in the present moment and let everything go. Empty out your mind. Relax your whole body and start to feel peaceful. Focus on the word peace. Okay, so we do it a lot shorter here since we're online together. And if you've joined us and you haven't said hello yet or a thumbs up, please do something in the comments so I know you're here. Really so exciting for me to see everybody. Okay, so we've done our little meditation. And first I'm going to focus very briefly on this. This is not what we're doing today, but well, we are going to do it for a brief moment. Now, for those of you who took my class last week, we did the pattern compass, which is one that I created based on Rick's tessellation video. Rick Roberts, co-founder with Maria Thomas of Zentangle. And we did this shape, and then this is on the Facebook page, on the post, all the different options. So afterwards, I came up with another variation of compass, which this is, and I call it Compassetta. And this is the step out. And I will post this also on the, I don't know if I did, I might have already posted it, but I will post it if I didn't. And I'm going to show you that now. So let's take out a piece of paper. And we're going to go right to our pens. So I'm just going to show you the compass pattern turned into Compassetta. So it starts off just like compass. I have to remember how I did it. Okay, so it starts off very similar to compass. Actually, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to do it as my step out. So we're just going to draw these lines. Okay, and we're going to do this a few times. So we're just going like this, kind of slanted to the left, slanted to the right. And then we're going to, let's do another one. And then we're going to give it these little arcs connecting here. I'm going a little bit faster than usual because this isn't our main project today, but I do want to demonstrate this. And then we're going to do the same exact thing. And we're going to come down right at this point and do the same thing. Breathing in and out. There's no right or wrong in Zentangle. There are no mistakes. If you're doing this with me, and I hope you are, yours is going to look a lot different than mine. Okay. Now, this is, oh, we'll put in our little arcs to connect. So this is basically in, and for this one, we usually start off with these. So here's the difference. This is compass. If we keep doing it, and then we fill it in, we use it as a reticula, and then we fill it in with a fragment, which is another pattern. So again, that's the compass. Now we're turning this into compacetta. So picture this point here, and we're going to, from this point, go to the corner. What we're doing is the exact same thing that we did here, but upside down. So if I turn this around, I'll take this corner and I'll go to this corner and then to that corner. So that same triangular shape that we did to start this. But instead I'm doing it upside down, just corner to top corner to side corner. Okay, and then find the corner and do the same thing. Breathing in, breathing out. And if you're lost, don't worry, this is a recording. You can always go back and watch the recording. It will go a lot slower when we get to our main project today. So you see what I'm doing? Now, isn't that pretty? And so here I filled up a whole tile with it. And then what I did is I have these sheets. See if I can zoom out. With all these squares. And what I like to do is I put this in the squares, then I scan it and print out copies so I don't have to keep drawing this over and over. And then I'll have a sheet. I don't have my blank sheet now, and then I fill these in, right? So now all of these are the same exact pattern, compacetta, but because I filled them in with different patterns, look how different each one is. And so you can have a lot of fun with this pattern. All right, so if you have any questions, you can email me or text or message me later. So now we're gonna move on. Now, if you've joined us and haven't said hello, please do in the comments, just say hello or thumbs up. Just would love to know who's here. Okay, so now we're going to the tile. If you have a tile or a piece of paper or a sketchbook, write your name someplace on the back or off to the side. Today's date. And by the way, if you have a sketchbook, make sure your name is on there somewhere, because if you lose it, somebody, and your contact info, because somebody could then return it to you. So what's the date? We have 3/30/20. And we are Facebook Live. Okay, so once you do that, you can turn your tile over if you have a tile. And for those of you who aren't aware, I am selling, I have a store online for villagers that I will deliver to you, and supplies just during this coronavirus time. So that is on the website, rejuventangle.com. All right, now we have a pencil and we have a tortillon. The tortillon we will use a little bit later. If you don't have a tortillon, you can use a Q-tip or your finger or a cotton ball or something like that. Q-tips is the most common. You don't have the blending stick that we call tortillon. So right now I'm using a Zentangle pencil, but you can use any pencil that's like a number 2 type. So let's do our typical put in the corners. Let's breathe in and out with each dot in each corner. You don't always have to do this. It's just the Zentangle way for a lot of the way we start, not always. And now we're going to draw our border. And we're going to go from dot to dot, just drawing that border. It can be wavy, straight, it doesn't matter. We're using pencil, it's going to disappear. And if you're using a pen, that's okay, no problem. Doesn't matter, whatever feels good to you. So we're relaxed, we're focusing on the stroke. Pay attention how that pencil feels in your hand, how it feels on the paper. And then once you've got that, Let's get it back up there. Okay. Just taking a look at the comments for a second. Wonderful. Again, if you're on, please do comment, say hello. Love to hear who's here. Okay. Now, with our pencil, we're going to do a string that is kind of not your typical string. Not that anything is very typical, but I'm doing something very different today than I usually teach. So you might want to watch me first. I'm going to draw a string. Think of a puzzle piece with straight edges. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just going zigzagging with my pencil and coming up with kind of like a looks like a puzzle piece. So do that now. Just do one. Doesn't matter where you start. Doesn't have to look like mine. Don't think about it. Just draw with your pencil up and over, just kind of zigzagging with straight edges. Doesn't matter if it's not straight, if it comes out wavy or curvy, that's okay. There's no right or wrong in Zentangle. So now we're going to do that again. And I'm just going to come off of the one we just did. You don't have to. Just kind of do it again, zigzagging, not thinking about it. Trying to keep those straight edges if you want to. Always follow your own desires and feelings. Do what feels good to you. There's no right or wrong in Zentangle. Has everybody commented? I have a feeling there's a few out there that have not said, I'm taking attendance. You've got to say here. Say that you're here, please. You don't have to, but it really makes my day. All right, so now we've got one, we've got two, and let's see. Let's do another one. Now, again, just doesn't matter if you have as many sections as I have or not. I'm just kind of squaring that off. All right. I'm going to take a picture of this, and if you want, if you have your phone nearby, you might want to do the same. And I'd love it if after class, you would maybe post it in the comment section, because it'll be very interesting to see what everybody's string looks like. Because once we start doing the patterns, we're going to fill this up now, we won't see the string. Okay. So the first pattern, and these are going to be fairly simple patterns. The goal today is just relax into each stroke. So find one section, one puzzle piece, right? And just focus on that inside of that one puzzle piece. And very slowly draw an orb, which is an imperfect circle. Or just think of bubbles. Think of these bubbles, and these are going to be fairly big, all right? We're starting to do big orbs and just bubbles floating around randomly, nice and slow. Focus on each stroke. Your pen only needs a light touch. Let's breathe in and out with each stroke. So I'm going to be quiet for a few seconds, not a few minutes like I would in a class, but just a few seconds. So you can draw a few of these floating circles. Now, don't fill it up because we're going to be doing something else. So just get some floaters in there. And again, if you haven't said hello yet, I see you, Carrie. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, Nancy, nice. I love seeing where people are from. Yeah, that would be great. If you're not in the villages, it'd be great to say where you're from. If you're listening in Connecticut, like I see Nancy is, or Hawaii, or someplace like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to now continue this, but we're going to go a little bit smaller, just a little bit smaller. Or a little bit bigger. So the whole idea is to have these different sizes. You can go small, you can go bigger, go medium. We're doing the same thing sporadically, getting in some smaller orbs they can touch. Take your time, relax, focus on each stroke. Make sure you're breathing. Blue Ridge, Georgia. That is fabulous, Fran. Thank you. Love to hear where people are from. It's the comments that really make this worthwhile, to know that people are actually there, because it's kind of weird to sit here and talk out loud to nobody, because I live alone, which I love, but my windows are open, so when people walk by, they're probably thinking, who's she talking to? So when you comment, really makes me feel like I'm not talking to nobody, because I'm not. There's a lot of people here. And when I see where you're from, and when I see familiar names and not familiar names, both equally rewarding. And you're welcome to make any type of comments you like along the way. So we're just drawing these orbs sporadically, focusing on each stroke. Some are big, some are small. Oh, hi, Laura, you found us. Yay. And then, when you're ready, you'll start to go even smaller. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to play some music, because I've tried it before and it doesn't come through, but I'm sure there's a way. But you can all have your own soft music playing in the background. Lately, I took out my Alexa, and it might go on now that I just said that. And I've asked her to play crystal bowls music. And usually it's like Tibetan bowls or something like that will come on. And it is so relaxing. It calmed me down so much right before class. So just get it. You could do it on YouTube also, or probably any music station you listen to that you can request. Just crystal bowls music, or Tibetan bowls music, or sound bowls. Or any other kind of music you like. Maybe Native American flute. Sometimes I even ask for drumming, African drumming music. You got to say African drumming because otherwise you might get something very not relaxing, like heavy metal drumming. But if that relaxes you, go for it. Yeah. So if you haven't, hi, Derry. Oh, I'm so glad you're there. You're here in Rhode Island, Paula. Nice. Yes. So again, if you haven't commented, please do so. So I know who's here. Don't worry, a video will not pop up. I will not see you. I'll just see your comment. So relax, we let go of the outcome. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Everyone's gonna look different. And for some of you who have taken classes with me before, you've heard me say these things over and over, but there are many people here today that are new to Zentangle, so they have to hear it. And I'm sure you don't mind hearing me sound like a broken record sometimes, especially with our memories these days. It's always good to be reminded of relaxing, slowing down, breathing, letting go of the outcome. And so for those of you who are here for the first time, you notice that I do stop talking at times because this is a meditative drawing practice, and in my classes I will stop talking for several minutes, but because we're live and we all want this connection, I talk a little bit more or maybe a lot more, but I do stop at times so we can have a little bit of quiet time. So we're making these circles all different sizes, small, medium, and large, and any in between. Anybody else say hello? Not yet. We've got a lot of people though. Isn't it great to see those comments? And that's another reason. This isn't just for me, it's for you guys. Because when you see all those comments, you really feel like you're not in this class alone. And that's why I do this. So we can all tangle together. And the only way we have that feeling that we're with others is if people comment. So please just say hello, do a thumbs up, or make a comment. Let us know where you are, not your address, but what state and city or country you're in. I've had people in different countries, like Mexico, come to my classes online. Okay, so I'm almost done with this section. And I'm going to stop talking just for a few more seconds. Let's really slow it down now. Let's just really go nice and slow before we learn our next pattern. Focus on that circle, that orb. We call it an orb because we don't want to think about a perfect circle. So isn't that cool? This pattern is called Tipple. Write that down. And if you Google Tipple, but you have to put tangle pattern at the end of it, or Zentangle. So tangle, that's my beautiful writing. Tangle pattern, it's an N. You'll find so many different ways you can do Tipple. So, and it's just circles. It's just orbs. It's wild. Okay, so now, hello, Carrie. I'm so glad you're here. So anybody else who hasn't said hello, please do. So now we're going to move on to another section. Doesn't matter which section, any section you want. And I'm going to zoom in for this one. And of course, I don't know if everyone can hear it, but the landscapers decided to come. And we've got little lawnmowers going in the background. I might have to get up and close the windows. Okay, so what we're going to do here is all we're going to do is draw 4 lines. That's it. And now we're going to draw those same 4 lines in a different direction. Nice and slow. Focus on each line. Everything's on purpose. You can turn your tile, your sketchbook, your paper. And when I say tile, it's paper tile. That's just, we call it a tile because we put them all together at the end and we make a mosaic. So in Zentangle language, we just call them tiles, but it is just paper. So we turn our tile and we keep going, drawing these 4 lines in different directions. They could be different sizes, it doesn't matter. And you're going to do this sporadically, just like we did with the orbs. And just imagine every line is on purpose, every line is deliberate. There are no mistakes. If you draw a squiggly line, that's okay. There's no perfection in Zentangle. Go as slow as you can. The goal is not to finish. The goal is to slow down and relax. The slower we draw, the slower our minds will start to slow down and be nice and calm. And that way we're able to focus more, have a clearer mind, feel calm, handle stressful situations better. And you're going to do this for this whole section that you chose. See, we're going to go wherever this section is, we're going to keep doing this. So I'm going to stop talking for a few seconds, and I want you to really slow it down and really focus on each line, breathing in and out, relaxed. Now, if you end up doing more than, I think I just woke a few people up, sorry. If you end up doing more than 4 lines or less than 4 lines, that's okay. There's no right or wrong in Zentangle. Whatever feels good to you, do it. Never shut out your own creative intuition. See, I'm going to fill in a few more right there, I decided. So if you've joined us late, please do say hello in the comments section. We'd love to know who's here. And by the way, it's okay to go out of the lines. I don't have to stay within my border. Another reason we have it in pencil. But even if it wasn't in pencil, it doesn't matter. A string and border, all it does, it helps us to not have to think about how far we're going to draw a pattern. Because Zentangle's all about not having to think about anything. And each pattern is about drawing the same thing over and over again. The next pattern that we do, we're not doing it yet, but we do, it's going to be a little bit more involved, not as simple as lines and circles, but still easy. And it's one of my favorites. And I'll keep you in suspense. And if you're starting to feel really calm and relaxed and happy or anything at all, feel free to put it in the comments. I'd love to hear that. And you'll have an opportunity too. I don't want you to stop tangling, but you'll have an opportunity at the end to comment and how you might be feeling. So what I'm also doing, if you notice, I'm going back. I haven't finished this section yet, but I'll get there. So, yeah. But I'm going back and filling in these sections with other groups of lines. I'm going to get up and close my windows because the lawnmowers are here. Okay, I'm back. Anybody else join us? Be sure to say hello. Hello, Sue. Thank you for saying hello. I'm just going to check some of the comments. Slow down, relax. Those aren't the comments. I'm just telling you to do that. So let's see who we have. We've got Sarah, Valentine, Jacki Rose, because I made a comment. Michelle, hello. Paula, Sarah, hello. Pam, Patrice, welcome back. Harry, Darlene. Just tile and pencil, that's okay. Laura, hello. Paula from Rhode Island, yay. Lynn, oh, yes. Uh, Michelle, okay, we got Colleen, nice to see you. Carrie Anderson, of course, I love you. Kimberly, great. I'm so glad you're here. Mary Ann, all right. Ellen, yes. Hope I can watch this later on a conference call now. Oh, okay. Yes, will be recorded. Anybody can watch this again or share it with your friends. Suzanne, yay, nice to see you. Mary Ann, yay. Nancy Carrington, Pam, lots of Pams. Fran from Georgia, Laura, Paula from Rhode Island. Derry, I'm so glad Derry's here. Been trying to get Derry to one of my classes for years. Okay, Paula, Carrie Beasley, yay, and Susan. So if I didn't call your name and you're on the line or you're on the class, please do say hello. You don't have to, but it really does make a difference for me and everybody else. I was on a live Facebook drum circle the other night, and there were a lot of people who commented and said hello. And I want to say maybe 60 or so. But then he found out there were over 200 people on the call or on the live class or session. So I know there's more of you out there just not saying hello, which is okay, but we really would love it if you say hello and let us know where you're from. Everybody's welcome. Okay. And if you're new to Zentangle, you can Google Zentangle, you can Google Tangle patterns, and you can find lots of patterns and videos right online and on YouTube. There's so much information out there. There's also a lot of other videos on my Facebook page. So you see I'm still going back now in between those white spaces and just putting a few of these little groups of lines. So before we start our next pattern, I'm going to ask you all to put down your pens, cap them for a second. Always want to cap them so they don't dry out, and shake out your hands and your wrists. Loosen up your back, your shoulders. Some of us are hunched over for the past 45 minutes. Let's breathe in and stretch our arms, breathe out. Relax, do some shoulder rolls, move your neck around. A lot of you who've taken my classes, this all sounds familiar to you. Okay, when you're ready, all loosened up, we're going to move on to the final, well, maybe not the final, but the next pattern. It might be the final, we'll see. Okay, originally I was only going to do 3, but I ended up doing 4 sections, but we'll see what happens. We're going to stay in the moment. I'm going to pick a section, and what we're going to do, so we've done lines, we've done circles, and now we're going to do triangles. So I'm just zooming in here. But the way we're going to do it is they're going to be attached. So I'm just going to start a triangle like that, and then kind of come up and down. So the whole idea is we're not drawing triangles like we drew the circles, like floating. They're all connected. So it doesn't matter, they're going to be all different sizes. Just focus on Each shape is a triangle. That's all. Yep, you just have to be triangles. Now keep them at a good size because we're going to be putting something in those triangles. So it doesn't have to be too big. And what we'll do, I'll show you right now what we're going to do inside. We're going to put in a dot. So once we do the triangles in the whole section, you then can just go and put in all your dots, or you can do your dot and then from each corner you're drawing a line to that dot. Ordinarily I wouldn't jump ahead like that, but I just thought I would show you, just to kind of give you an idea of why we have to have the triangles kind of a certain size. But right now, just focus on filling up this whole section with triangles that connect. Remember, there's no perfection in Zentangle. You end up with a square or a circle, that's perfectly fine. Don't think about it. Just let your hand move the pen, breathing, going nice and slow, relaxed. I think I lost sight of my section. So here's a good example that even though I have a pencil line here, I'm going to continue this section here. So that's a good example of, even though I had a string, which was what we drew in pencil, I can do whatever I want. I can go over that boundary. There are no boundaries in Zentangle. I can ignore the line. Yes, I'm still here. Drawing my triangles. This kind of got weird on me, but that's okay. Okay. So now that I've got my triangles, I'm going to go back and draw a circle, a little dot in the center. Not a perfect center, doesn't matter. And I'm focusing on each dot. So when you put your dot in, just focus on that dot. Every stroke, every dot is on purpose in Zentangle. We relax, we focus on that dot. And then when I have a few in, I can either continue putting all the dots in, or I might just, I'm going to just start drawing my lines now, and then I will finish the others. So I'm drawing a line from each corner of the triangle to that dot. Breathing in and out. Nice and slow. Now we will be shading these today too with our pencil and our tortillon. So I might go over our time. And if you have to leave, you can come back and watch the recording another time. But I hope you don't have to leave. And again, if you haven't commented and you're here, we'd love to hear from you. Just say hello or do a thumbs up to acknowledge you're here. Otherwise, I have no idea. So this pattern, oh, I didn't tell you the names of the others. And the other one, I told you Tipple. And this one is Nexton. Let me spell that. The ones with the lines. It's an original Zentangle pattern, Nexton. And the one we're doing now is Hemp. Hemp. There's a few different patterns that are similar to this, but Hemp is the closest. And it's really one of my favorites. As you can see why, it starts to make this beautiful. Once we put these lines in, it just really looks so different and so pretty. It's like, remember the kaleidoscopes? That's what it reminds me of. Now, if anybody has a question, you're welcome to ask that in the comments section. I'm happy to answer questions. So there's no right or wrong here. See, I end up doing 4 here. Nobody notices. I just ended up that way. There's no perfection in Zentangle. If you are a perfectionist, when you do Zentangle, just let that go. Just pretend you're not a perfectionist when you do Zentangle. And you will be so much more relaxed. And that's what Zentangle is all about. I don't know about you guys, but ever since this self-retreat thing has been in place, I've been very busy. And some of you saw my Facebook page just today alone. Zoom sessions and Facebook classes, and I got a drum circle later on today. Actually, I even have a happy hour with the Working Woman Social Club on Zoom, not a city fire, on Zoom. If it was a city fire, it would just be on the sidewalk anyways, right? For takeout, 10 feet away. Okay, but so many activities on Zoom and Facebook. And Dari is on our session right now, and she does a stretch class with her husband live on Facebook, and it was fabulous. I can't wait to actually do it next time rather than just watch it. I didn't really watch it. I watched it for a little while. There's a line dance class tomorrow on Zoom. Drum circle tonight. When am I going to clean my house? Okay, so since I have another section here, and some of you might also, I will do another pattern to finish that up. And I'll do one that shouldn't take too long to do. I think what we'll do is N-Zeppel. So N-Zeppel is just, you start doing these zigzags, almost like it's a zigzag, almost like a scribble even, just like when you were 4 years old, you just kind of went zigzag. And I'm going to finish up here, but I'm going to show you the next step. Then once you get those down, you then squish in these orbs. And the way we do that, and I will zoom in, oops, right? You trace along the sides, we round the corners, trace along the edges, round the corners, like you're squishing in a balloon. Now, if you are experienced at Zentangle, which a lot of you are, and you have another pattern you'd rather put in, then of course you are always free to do that. You can even continue with one of the other patterns over that if you still have some space. So you're always free to do whatever you'd like in any of my classes, because Zentangle is all about tapping into your own creativity, following your own artist intuition, not trying to do what I'm doing, but follow what it is that you're meant to do. Not thinking about it, just feeling it and doing it. So I'm putting in these zigzags again, almost just like a scribble. And I'll spell N-Zeppel for you because there are lots of different ways to do N-Zeppel. N, I believe it's spelled like this. N-Zeppel. And then you would just put in Tangle pattern. And then I usually like to click on images after that, but you might get videos that pop up too. All right, so I'm going to stop talking for a few seconds and let everyone kind of finish up before we start to do our shading. And if you're going to leave us early, one thing you want to do is when you're done, you want to initial your or sign your tile. When you're done, I just put my initials there. It can be your name, it can be a chalk, so however you want to design your initials or your name, any way you want to sign your, just like you, because you're all artists, and if you weren't before, you are now, and the artist always signs their masterpieces, and you can sign it any way you like. And even if you're listening to this recording and you weren't on live, you can still comment. Love to see if people actually watch the recording, which I've noticed that they usually do. But I like to see who does and how many. That makes it very helpful and rewarding. And what happened? You're gone. Carrie. All right, somebody just said I'm gone. Can somebody let me know if you can still hear me and see me or see? Oh, maybe that was when I went to, oh, I know what happened. Maybe that's when I went to turn off, close my doors when the lawnmowers were here. But Carrie, can you, do you see me now? Not me, but my tile, the screen? Okay. I'm hoping I'm still viewable. Okay. So, take a look before we start to shade. Take a look at what you've done. Turn it around. See how it looks different upside down and different. There's no right side up in Zentangle. So we're going to do some shading. Now, if you're still drawing and you're not ready to shade, you don't have to. You could keep drawing with us and then you can watch the recording later and do some shading. Or you might want to do your own shading later because there's all different ways to shade. And shading really pops, makes the patterns pop. It gives it a 3D effect and dimension, and it's so much fun to do. So let's hold up our tortillons. Those of you who have them, little blending sticks or Q-tips, just hold it up because it's a tradition in my class that we do a little tortillon toast. 1, 2, 3, tortillon! Very good. Keep your tortillon nearby. Let's take out our pencil. And we're going to do some shading. So let's go back to the first pattern we did. And on these big orbs, just give it a little bit of shading sporadically. It don't have to be in all of them, just a little bit of shading. Right, I'm going to zoom in. Right, I'm just giving just a little bit on one little edge. And then what we do is we take our tortillon and we just blend it. Little circular motions or back and forth. Just giving it a little bit of blend. Staying low, keeping most of that orb white. Well, it doesn't have to be. Just however you want to shade it is fine. And then I'm taking what's left on my tortillon and dabbing a few others. Putting a little bit of, right? So you can see already how it changes it. And then after that, I'm going to take some of these areas where these small ones are, and I'm going to very lightly give it like a little outline of shading. So I'm shading this background, like the smaller ones. I'm just going to do that sporadically. Now again, if your intuition is telling you to shade it a little bit differently, go ahead. There's many, many ways of shading. Follow your own intuition, your own gut. So spend a couple of seconds doing that, and then I'll show shading for the others. Now, when you're all done with this, please, I'm going to have a post under the recording. It will be on our post, the recording. And under that, I want you all to take a picture of what you did and post it there under the comments so we can see how different everyone's came out. It really is great to see everybody's tile creation. Okay. So with the Nexton pattern, now there's different ways you can shade this, but the way I'm going to do it today is I'm going to just give the just along the perimeter of this shape. I'm just very lightly putting down, I'm using the side of my pencil, by the way, and I'm just going kind of along the whole perimeter, just along the borders. I'm giving it a little bit of shading. And then I'm going to go back and blend it. So I'll stop there for now, and then I'll take my tortillon and just blend the pencil that I did. I'm going in circular motion. Sometimes I'll go back and forth the opposite direction that it was drawn on. Now I'm going to continue that. This is a nice go-to shading in any Zentangle tile, where you just kind of outline the section, and then it's shaded on the outer and then lighter on the inner. So it's great if you have a pattern that you're not sure how to shade, you can just do this. Just do the outer. Or if you feel it's getting lost, it might be a pattern getting lost with the other patterns, it's a good way to kind of make it pop, stand out a little bit. You can always go back and add more. I always say just do a little bit, very light, and then you can always add more. So already you can see a difference of what the shading does compared to this. We haven't even shaded this yet. So for this one here, for the hemp, I think I'm just going to put a little bit of shading around the center of these, kind of where this gets darker in the middle there. It looks like a center of a piece. I think that's all I'm going to do with that. Just find where it looks like the center. And I'm just using the remnants of my tortillon. So pay attention to how the tortillon feels in your hand and on the paper. Let's see, anybody ask any other questions? Let's see. Tortillon, I was waiting for someone to, thank you, Carrie. I was waiting for someone to do that. Oh, Terry, I'm glad you joined. Yeah. Okay. Oh, low battery. I better charge up my computer, plug it in. Okay. All right. So I'm just pausing to let you kind of, I know I went a little bit fast with the shading and we still have one more shading to do, but I'm just giving you an opportunity to shade or draw or do what you're doing. In a moment, I will show you how to shade and Zeppel. But if you have a question, please write it in the comments. If you have a comment, please write it in the comments. And or just keep drawing and shading. All right, so now I'm going to and Zeppel, if I can find them here. So I think, because mine does seem to get a little bit lost, I'm going to start to do that whole shading along the border, but I'm not going to do it only. I'm doing this so I can kind of have it stand out from the other pattern there. Right, so I'm going along the edge, not the whole thing, but just where I find that I want to be able to see it, where I can kind of divide it. And then I'm going to do another type of shading. I'm going to blend this first. And by the way, I am teaching Zentangle through the Enrichment Academy at the Villages in Florida in May and June. So hopefully we'll be back to normal by then. And but I'll be announcing that. And it's already on the website. It's been announced, but until we know for sure what's happening, then I'll start announcing things in the newsletter. So if you're not on the newsletter, good idea to get on there. All right, so we're here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the remnants of my tortillon and just give each one of these little orbs a little dab. Not all of them, but some of them. Let's give each one a little dab, just rubbing that in. Doesn't really matter where. There it is. There it is. What are you calling this whole card? Okay, so I have a question by Terry. What are you calling the whole card? So we don't really call the whole card, although that is an interesting concept. You really could name the card. What we do though is this is for what I'm doing. This is an apprentice tile, a Zentangle apprentice tile, and I label it the date and where I am. So Facebook Live. So if I were to name it, I'd probably call it Facebook Live. But however, we do have each pattern has a name. So the first one we did is called Tipple, T-I-P-P-L-E. Tipple. The second one we did here is called Nexton. Nexton. I know I look so professional, my handwriting. The ones here is called Hemp. Hemp. And then the last one we did was Zentangle. So I hope that answered your question, Terry. Are there any other questions? Just write it in the comments. Hi, Janice. Oh, I'm so glad you came. Better late than never. Okay. So what I would really appreciate, everybody who's on the class, if you could just type in the comments one word or a phrase or anything you like on what you thought of today's class or how you're feeling, anything at all. You might want to say peaceful, it was fun, it was an escape, but only positive. I don't want to hear anything negative. I just don't want to hear anything negative. Who wants to hear any more negativity today, right? So let's just hear some positivity. Just type in the comments, what did you think about today's class, or how are you feeling? Let's see what we've got. Grateful, that's a good one, Lynn, thank you. Gratitude, isn't that funny? You both said gratitude, grateful. Oh, that's wonderful. I'd like to hear from some more. Not gonna let you go. Oh, good. Namaste, Josie. I love that. Calming, Carrie. Calming. Suzanne, you're awesome, making my afternoon very special. Oh, I love hearing things like that. Colleen, relaxed. Look forward to this all day. Thank you. Oh, see, I need to hear these things. This is what makes me want to do this. If I don't see these comments or see that there are people on, then that doesn't motivate me. What motivates me and to want to do this is when I see these. It just excites me to see these comments, to see people on, and keep them coming. Patrice, calming. Has it been an hour already? I know, huh? Pam, looked forward to this. Oh, it did not disappoint. Thank you. And I really appreciate that. It really means a lot, because sometimes I'm teaching, I'm drawing, I'm saying, and I say, things to myself like, okay, am I talking too much? Are people still there? So Terry, pal, thank you, Jackie. I like the hemp pattern. It was a wonderful class. Peace. Oh, peace, Terry. Laura, zenful. I love that word, zenful. Oh, I think I might have to steal that one. That's great. Any other comments? Oh, here they are. More comments. Thank you. You're welcome. Motivates me. Pam, wonderful. Louise. Oh, Louise. Have missed you. I missed you too. It was wonderful, relaxing. Thanks so much. That's wonderful. Um, so I really keep the comments coming. You can comment even after we stop the recording, and I really please encourage you, finish your tiles and take a picture. Don't worry what it looks like. It's gorgeous. It doesn't matter. Take a picture and please post it in the comments section under the recording. And I can't wait to see them all. I can't wait to see them all. So thank you all for being here. It means so much to me. And please stay healthy and safe. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.